Hello, everybody. Welcome to the UC Learning Center 2017 Sum Total Upgrade Learner webinar. My name is Max Furman. I am a trainer and course developer at UCSF Learning Services. And I'm going to go through the new upgrade tour of the new interface, something we're really excited about. And I want to give you a chance to ask any questions that you might have at the end of this in case people have to get off the call and you have specific questions. We're more than happy to help you. First of all, I've got a document that I included in the title of the course, but I also have it here. The document complements this webinar and gives you a lot more information. It's at a really quick bit.ly address. I'm also going to put this in your chat window, so you've got the link and you can download it. It's a bit.ly address 2TJEVOB. And again, this is a quick reference guide that'll have a lot more information than I'm covering. So it'll, again, kind of help you in the transition of the new UCSF Learning Center interface. So feel free to download that at any time. This is also going to be available on the UC Learning Center's login page. It'll also be available within the UC Learning Center itself. So this is definitely not the last time and only time you'll see this. Now, a couple of things that I want to make clear to you right up front. I'm going to be using some terms kind of interchangeably, so I want to make sure that everybody's clear on those. The UC Learning Center is a learning management system. I'm going to use the acronym LMS. That's just the abbreviation for that. It's published by a company called Sum Total, and we license it through UCOP, UC Office of the President, through all of UC, all the labs, all the campuses, all the med centers. So it technically is the LMS of record for all of UC. So again, if you hear me say UC Learning Center, LMS, or Sum Total, I'm talking about the same thing. The topics that I'm going to review during this webinar, I want to make sure you're comfortable with knowing how to contact us and get support information. I want to talk a little bit about the new MyAccess login. I'm going to go through a tour of the new UC Learning Center interface. I want to show you how to search and find classes. I'm going to introduce you to something new called the timeline, which is the replacement of what we used to use or the to-do list. I want you to see how to use your training schedule and launch e-courses or register for instructor-led courses. I also want to make sure that you check your training transcript and know how to get to that. And then finally, I want to make sure you know how to log off. So the first thing that you need to know is how to find help. The UC Learning Center login page is going to be different. We're going to be going directly from training.ucsf.edu, and it's automatically going to ask you for your MyAccess login. Your MyAccess login is the same network login that you use for everything else, all the other applications that you use it at UCSF. So you won't have to use your 9-digit employee ID anymore. This is what's called a single sign-on, so it'll be much easier for you. Now, if you're having issues with logging in, you can contact IT Service Now. Their number's on the screen, 415-514-4100. So any issues you have regarding your MyAccess login, or if you're having issues with your computer itself, don't hesitate to call them. Now, if you're having issues with courses themselves, or specifically the UC Learning Center, we've had a support form online for a couple of years. Fill that out. I'm going to show it to you again later on in this course. It'll allow us to capture your system information and help diagnose what might be going on with your system much more efficiently. We'll get back to you within at least 24, 48 hours at the very most. And again, we've got half a dozen technicians on staff to be able to help you. Okay, so with that, I'd like to introduce you to the new UC Learning Center interface. So my prediction is it'll take about 10 seconds for the initial shock and awe to kind of wear off because it's visually different. We're very excited about this upgrade. It's more mobile friendly. And again, I think you're going to find it to be a lot more intuitive as far as being able to navigate around the screen. So I want to introduce you to the interface itself and give you a brief tour. The top section that you see at the top of the screen with the icons, this is basically, I'm going to refer to it as the icon bar or the header menu. These are going to give you several shortcuts. Now, you're also going to see tiles, shortcut tiles on the bottom section of the screen, which I'll review as well. And these will take you to some of the most commonly used features of the UC Learning Center. So I'm going to start with the first one at the top. The first one on the left is the self icon. And this is going to give you access to your profile, your learner dashboard. It'll give you, again, reporting information. This is also where I'm going to show you later how you sign out. Now, the second icon is My Team. People who are managers will have access to this. People who have direct reports will see this. So this will give you access to all of your direct reports where you can assign activities, you can track status, you can print reports. So if you're not a manager, you're not going to see this. But all current managers do have access to that. It just looks a little differently at the top of the screen. The third icon from the left is something called a library. This is essentially a catalog or activities by category, just another way to kind of group courses or activities together. Now, in many of these panels, you'll be able to close this with the white X on the top right corner of it, and that'll push it out of the way and get you back to the open screen. This fourth icon, nobody will see except for LMS administrators like myself and my department. So you'll really just see these first 2 or 3 icons. Now, the most important icon I think that you'll see is in the center of the screen. The UC Learning Center logo is actually a button, and it will always take you back to your home page. So if you get turned around or just want to kind of start at the beginning, always go back to this button at the top. It'll get you back to the icons and the shortcut tiles. Now, the next icon I want you to see on the right is something we do all the time. We're used to going into interfaces like Google and searching. This is our search engine. In here, you will be able to find thousands and thousands of courses, instructor-led, e-courses, compliance training, whatever you're looking for. So all you need is basically a keyword or part of the name of a course, and you'll be able to essentially get right into it. So, for example, if I type in HIPAA, I'll be able to see several options. I'm looking specifically for the HIPAA 101 course, which is required. This is an e-course. In order for you to launch an e-course, what you'll do is a couple of ways. You can go over to the Select button over on the right, drop this menu down, and choose Start. That's one way to do something. The other way is to actually click on the name of the course itself, and it'll slide open a panel, which will give you course information, the duration itself, the description, and a summary of the activity and the contact. And you can also launch the course or start it from here. Now, again, this is a panel, so it's slid out. You'll see an orange close box on the top left. Just close that, and it'll take you right back to where you started. Now, if you're looking specifically for an instructor-led course, like Accomplishing More with Less, again, I'm using the search box. I can see, here's my course itself. I've got 1,200 activities. This is an instructor-led course, so instead of seeing a Start button under Select, I'll be able to register. So if I do click the Register button, what this will allow me to do, if there are multiple sections in a course, I can choose which section I'd like. I can go ahead and click Submit. Let me switch that up and so you can see it. There's a Submit button. And again, I can make sure that this is the activity that I want and go ahead and click Done to lock that in. Now, where I can check to make sure that I have, in fact, enrolled in that is the last icon on the top right. This is your timeline. As I said earlier, this timeline replaces our previous to-do list. And what I really like about this is it's going to allow you to see all tasks, everything that's going on. So it'll show me courses that are in progress. There's that accomplishing more with less one-day workshop. I can see details. You'll see that I'm registered. This also has buttons that allow me to click on current, upcoming, or past due courses. So once again, I get a full picture of everything that's going on as far as my training activities are concerned. This is not the only way that I can see all my courses. I'm going to show you a couple other ways that you'll be able to dive down and look at specific courses that are either recommended or assigned or in progress. But again, this gives you kind of the big picture. I'm going to close this. I'm back at the home page. And I want to go through some of these shortcut tiles on the bottom. The Manage My Registrations is going to get you to something that's called the training schedule. Again, very similar to the timeline. It's got the same information. It's just displaying it differently. So once again, it's going to show you courses that are in progress, courses that you've got registered. You'll be able to see if you've got something that is pending a signature, things that you've completed, things that might be waitlisted or pending approval. So once again, I got here from the home page, Manage My Registrations. Another shortcut is Required Training. This is going to get you to another screen that's going to show you something called the Training Analysis. So this is going to show you basically like compliance training, things that are required, and if you're overdue, it'll show you over here on the right. So once again, I have three different ways: the timeline, the training schedule through Manage My Registrations, or required training to see basically all my courses in the status. The next shortcut is My Learner Dashboard. I made mention of this. This is also available under your Self icon at the top of the screen. By choosing Learner Dashboard, you'll find that there's always going to be more than one way to get to the same information. So My Learner Dashboard is going to give you the most popular courses that we have, as well as the APEX Training Plan Finder. So again, this is something that I know a lot of you use in order to navigate which specific APEX courses you need. This is going to be available through your Learner Dashboard, either through the Self icon or the home page, My Learner Dashboard. The next shortcut that we've got available is your transcript. And I always recommend to users, check your training transcript right after you've completed a course to just make sure that it's been recorded successfully in the system. So what's nice about the training transcript is I can control the date range for which I'm looking. So if I want to narrow down something that I might have taken last year, I can, again, search for that particular year. If I'd like to look at my entire training transcript, that's available to me as well. The headings at the top of this list are all sort buttons. So if I need to narrow something down, I can click on the start date, for example, and it'll sort in ascending or descending order. Or I can, again, just sort alphabetically by clicking on the activity. Now, many of you do need a printed report or a printed transcript that you can have on record or send for compliance training. The existing LMS has been able to do this. I want to show you how easy it is. All you have to do is choose the button that says Export to PDF, and it'll create a PDF file which you can download or send as an attachment or print out. That's available to you at any time. So again, back to the home page. Your training transcript is right here. The bottom section of the shortcuts, again, similar to the search bar at the top right of the screen, you can also use this Find a Course. It's basically the same. Gives you a chance, again, another option to do the same thing. Now, for additional training and nice short YouTube videos, UCOP has prepared a YouTube channel on How Do I or FAQs in order to help you with quick snippets as far as navigation, cancel registration, and they're still adding different things to it, manager role information. So if you need additional help, you'll see the duration over on the right. They're just a couple of minutes long. In addition to the learner guide, this might be a great option as far as just kind of getting up to speed pretty quickly. And as I mentioned before, you can always contact us. We've got a button in the UC Learning Center to contact us. It'll take you to our support form. This, again, has been online, and we've been using it for a couple of years. It allows us to capture your system information so we can better diagnose what's going on if there's an issue. If you can't get into the UC Learning Center, again, just to give you the new training.ucsf.edu login page, you can use this Contact Us button here to get to the support form. You'll see how to disable pop-up blockers, supported browsers, troubleshooting wizard, etc. And once again, as I mentioned earlier, when we go live on August 8th, this login button will be enabled, and it'll take you to your My Access login screen where you'll just need to put in your network ID and you'll be able to log in. A copy of that learner guide is available here, and a pre-recorded webinar of what you just sat through is also available here as well, in addition to the UCOP videos. Okay. Now, finally, the last thing I want you to see is how to sign out. So once again, I'm going to go to the self icon at the top of the screen, and I'm going to choose the sign out. That'll take you offline, and you'll be ready to go. We'll also have a mobile app, which will be available through your iTunes or your Google Store, and there's more instructions in the learner guide in how to set that up and to establish a PIN and how to log in. So again, all of this goes live August 8th. Okay. So does anyone have any questions or need additional information? I'm happy to help. Okay, well, again, thank you for participating, and we're real excited about this upgrade. If we can be of any help to you at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to us through our contact form. We're happy to help. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Max.
Thank you.